Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Thank you for joining me today. I've got a question for you that is probably not one that you're asked very often, and that is, are you ambitious in your 60s? Now, a lot of women, look at retirement and, the 60s and 70s as a time to shift gears and do things that are maybe more relaxing, or travel, or spend more time with family. There's all kinds of, goals that we have for our life, but there are still a lot of women in their 60s and 70s who are ambitious, who really want to age into a new kind of reality, a new lifestyle, a new, full of dreams that they may have had all their lives and never able to actualize them. Now, Alexandra Mosca is one of our bloggers. She's a fascinating woman, honestly, because she chose a career that, she really never expected to end up in, but that was as a funeral director. And there weren't many women in her business as when she started, and she just pushed ahead, and it was really something she wanted to do. And, some of it was shaped by her own background, her own family situation, her own loss, her own desires. But she was, went into something with full energy and passion and made it successful. And so you can often take a career that is emerging later in your life and actually make it more powerful than anything you've ever done. So that's the question. I mean, do you feel more ambitious and more ready to take on a new challenge, a new career, perhaps a new business than you did when you were younger? Or do you feel like you want to just settle down a little bit and just relax? Well, what are the goals that push us onward when we're in our 60s? Because I think we need them. We need them in order to get up in the morning and have a passion and a purpose to move forward. So it's not always something that's big. I mean, it doesn't have to be a new career. It doesn't have to be something that, you have to take training for, or do something that's really complicated. It can just be a dream that you've always treasured in your heart. And now your goal, your ambition is to achieve it. And in the article that Alexandra writes about this, she talks about her own situation in becoming a funeral director. She did this back in the 70s, by the way, which was, where everybody else was thinking about all kinds of other, very sort of marketing and sales and nursing and teaching. She was doing something completely different. But there were a lot of women who have, taken on responsibilities in areas now with, engineering and innovation of all kinds, technology that, were never there before. So take a trip down memory lane. Here's a little trip for us to do today. What were the things that you loved to do when you were a child? Did you end up doing a career that was along those lines? I mean, I remember I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be an entertainer. Didn't we all? I mean, that was kind of the thing. But, in some ways, when I think about those desires, all I was really saying is I wanted to be in front of people, and I wanted to, talk to people and have a community. And when I think about all the dots that connect in my life, all the jobs that I've done, all the things I've, had a passion for and ambition for, have led me to the place where I am now. Nothing has really honestly changed. I've always done something consistent with my ambition to have a community that I was able to help and influence and guide and inspire. And, that's kind of how my life has unfolded. But what about you? What were your career ambitions when you were a child? Oh, wait. Because it's not an easy question. It's one that you probably have to stop and think about a little bit and think, well, what did I really want to do when I was younger? Maybe you got into, through career counselors in high school and various other things, you decided not to go that route. You decided to not be a zookeeper, and to actually be a nurse, or to be a teacher. I mean, I remember when my high school, career counselor chatted with me, and she was saying, here are the things that you could consider doing: nursing, teaching, and she listed all the classical careers, and I didn't really want to do any of them. I almost went into nursing, and I don't know what happened. Well, I guess my mom died when I was in high school, and I think I kind of reset my whole life. I mean, when these other things come at you from the side, it's like, okay, now I'll try something different. My first jobs were in customer service. I worked in Sears and Roebuck on the telephone jobs. I was a waitress. I tried them all. I mean, my first real career was actually in book selling. And that was what I did when I moved to the United States, and I got a job at the university bookstore. And that was a passion for me. I mean, I was so into books and so into reading and learning. And it was, my interest in other countries and religious studies led me to university, where I went to university while I was working at the university bookstore. And so my first career in book selling lasted about 10 years. And, I think that there's certain careers that kind of give you a foundation to go in any direction, and book selling has probably got to be one of them. But I'm just curious what your career goals were. And I think even though a lot of our goals are driven by economy, by where we live, what our partner does, there's so many influences that maybe shift us from the things that we think were our true goal, our true nature, that we're really going to, give us what we wanted from life. And as Alexandra points out in her article, it's only when we get a little older that we start to get the confidence to say, I could do that. I actually had a dream that I always wanted to be a whatever, and now you can actually do it. And she actually talks about some people that have done this in their 50s and 60s, and like Connie Maynard started modeling at 55. I remember Cindy Joseph, who I interviewed, 10 years ago, and who's very sadly passed away a few years ago. She's the founder of Boom Cosmetics, but she always wanted to, she wanted to do cosmetics for older women, but she got into modeling in her 60s. Lynn Slater is another woman who is an academic. I interviewed her as well. She lived in New York as a social, I think it was sociology or some social studies program. And then she became kind of an influencer academic. It was really interesting, her transition. But some of these things where we want to influence and teach and help people to learn from our career decisions, from our career choices, they actually become more real. We can do this. You can do this. You get more confidence as you get older, and you feel like you've actually got the skills. Go and look at your, for those of you who do it, I think most of us probably do have a LinkedIn profile. Go look at all the people that you know, all the people that you worked with, and what you did, your career history. When was the last time that you actually looked at your CV, at your curriculum vitae, and said, oh, this is the stuff I've done. These are the experiences, and these are the skills. And so I don't think that ambition actually fades as we get older. This is my personal opinion. I mean, it may shift in the sense that we don't want to be, become the CEO of a company, or we don't want to be running a business of 1,000 people, or managing a very complex infrastructure or project. But we do have ambitions to take what we've learned, what we've achieved in our lives, and to move them forward. And age provides us with perspective and wisdom. I mean, it's not wisdom in the sense that we know, I can't remember anything anymore from books I've read recently. It's really scary. Actually, I went on a city tour yesterday on a bus, and I was like, I came off of it and I thought, can I actually say like 3 things that I learned from that? The dialogue was in your ear, as you were driving along. This place has this history and so on. But I thought, no, that's not what it means. My ambition is bigger than facts and specific things. It's bigger than a specific job, or it's an ambition to do well, do good in the world, and to just be heard and be out there and be present. And I don't know whether that applies to you as well. Tools that we've learned over the years give us the fuel to fulfill our ambitions. So, do you think, first of all, that ambition goes away as you get older? Your desire to do something, to make a difference, to be part of something different and fresh and new, innovative? Or do you think it fades? And if it has actually re-emerged for you, and you want to be doing something, you feel ambition to achieve some goals, what are they? What are your goals that you want to achieve? We can help each other, This is what we're here for. This is what 60andMe is here for, to help you to achieve your goals and to revive the ambition to, just to complete a circle that maybe wasn't completed when you were younger. So, what do you think? What goals do you have that have been fulfilled, and which ones do you still want to achieve? I hope this has been fun and helpful. I always get excited about thinking about new things that I want to do based on my personal experiences in the past, what I've learned. It's amazing how much, when you stop to think about it, what you really do know. But anyway, if you did like this video, please like it so that we can share with other women in this YouTube community. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget we have our Patreon supporters group. I'm talking about this because it's turning into the most amazing friendship group. There's about 1,000 women. It's private. We do personal, live shows. Women are going on cruises together. They're getting together for coffee. It's a really, really friendly, happy group, and it's a subscribers group. But it's $3 a month. If you can afford that, I think it's really worth the effort to have a smaller group of friends. But anyway, that's our 60andMe Patreon supporters group. But anyway, take very good care of yourselves. Have a fabulous day wherever you are in this gorgeous world, and know that you're appreciated here for sure. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye-bye for now.